Well, this is part one of the chicken coop build. Now, I was going to do a more intense step-by-step video on the process of building it, but to be honest, shooting these videos like that just eats up massive amounts of time, and it would just take me forever to get this done. And to be honest, I'm totally exhausted today. I really am tired, and I just want to get as much done as I can. I'm going to knock off now and have tomorrow off because I just can't do any more. Burning the candle both ends at the moment. But what I'll do is try and shoot this in one hit. So let's turn around. I'll show you what I've got so far and how I've done it. Right, so this is how it is looking so far. So pretty much the way I envisioned it was to have half of the coop enclosed and the other half open with mesh, and it's kind of working that way. Now, this has been built with just recycled material that I've got laying around. So you can see I've got some trim deck there, and then I've got some corrugation there because, well, I ran out of trim deck, but anyway, it still works. So coming into the chicken coop area in here, so this is the enclosure where they're going to be able to get housed out of the wind and the sun. I've put their little house, their little nest box there. I've got to do something with that, get it off the ground, or the termites are going to grab into that. What you've noticed is I've got gaps all the way around here, and that is by design because our summers are brutally hot, so we need gap to get airflow out and get that heat out. So I need to chicken wire around that so we don't get birds in. So this is pretty much where they're going to lay. Whether I put a little divider here, I'm not sure. So if I come in here and we can have a look facing the other way, the other section out there is just this like weld mesh, really hard to work with. So they can have a little bit of a run out there. So if I enclose them off, and I'll show you where the gates and the doors are going to be, if I enclose them off and lock them in here, at least they can get out and have a little bit of run out in, kind of like the outdoors type of a feeling. So again, I need to put more chicken wire over the top there. Right, yeah. I need to have a coffee and some painkillers. Right, so let me get out now. It's low because they were the posts that I had left over. If I had bigger posts, I would have gone higher, but that's fine. I'm not going to be in it all the time. So the front section in here is there's going to be a door put in here so I can lock them in. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I'll decide that later on down the track. And in here, let me get out of the shot for a second. There we go. Sorry about the shaky footage. So a door in here, and this will be a gate. So you come from the veggie garden in to the chicken yard. Let me spin around so you'll come from the veggie garden, and this will be a big gate in here, so you can get in, and then you can get into the chicken house and their chicken run in there. That's probably about all I can show you for now. That's the weld mesh I used. Really super hard stuff to work with. That was an absolute pain, but that's life here in the off-grid cabin. Need to put some chicken wire across the top so we don't get birds coming in to steal their food. And whatever else I decide to do to finish that off. So that's where I've got so far, and I need to knock off because I am really tired. I did have a question. I haven't responded it on text because I really don't want to be typing, but the question, and I'm going to mention it here because it was a good question, is what I'm doing about the birds here on the veggie garden. The birds, and what do I do in summertime in the summer heat. So what I've traditionally done every year is I've put some timbers up. Let's take this one for example. I put some timbers up, and then I put shade cloth over the top, and that stops the sun beating down. And then when we get in December, January, I shut the garden down because it's just too hot. I do want to make one big frame over the entire lot with shade cloth and that is what I plan to do in the future. Now, as far as birds, I don't, with the exception of the birds that got in here and took my cabbages. That's the only time I've ever had bird issues in this veggie garden here, and same as my old homestead. I've never had any issues with birds in the veggie garden, so they weren't too much of an issue. Birds in the chickens, yes, because they wanted the chicken food. Okay, this veggie garden here, you saw in my last video, I have finished digging a lot of that clay out, put a lot of the composting in, organic compost, mushroom compost. I've got some barley hay, I've put that over the top. I've chucked these into, these are dwarf beans as well. And I also put in some lettuce in here, which is the iceberg lettuces as well, because I got them at Bunnings. So there you go. There is the part one of the chicken house build in here. If you're liking, come on phone, there we go. If you're liking this build, give me a thumbs up, and usual thing. Right, we got through the video without any cuts, so I'm just going to upload this straight off the phone. So sorry if I'm gabbling on a little bit too much. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below. And tomorrow, Sunday, I'm going to take the day off because I just need a break. And then Monday I'll get back in and do a little bit more to the chicken house. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.